Good. Hold. Hey everyone. Oh, I'm sorry if you got that barrage of notifications. I was trying to set up the stream, and Streamlabs decided to break, so I had to disable it. We're doing the old-fashioned way today. Thank you, Jasmine. But yeah. Today's stream is an excuse to test out my capture card setup. Primarily because I want to stream the Galaxy games when they come out tomorrow. You know, come out on Switch. Again. I imagine we'll probably have fewer viewers here today because I neglected to send a notification for the final attempt at streaming, this one. But I did not simply want to bother people with any more notifications because, my goodness, OBS, you break on me at the most inconvenient time. Yeah, I got one back from like my 17th birthday. I'm still using it. You know, for as long as it lasts. Anyhow. Why is... Let's do this now. One sec. There we are. Yep, that's all it was. Alright, so today we'll be going through Sonic Generations. Probably not the actual game proper, I'll probably just play the stages, because I do not care for this game's story much, and I especially do not care for its missions. No, Dylan. Continue. There we go. This way I also keep all my skills. There we go. It's a little loud. Hold on. There we go. That should be better. And yes, this is the Switch version because that's the one I have. I have the original Steam release too, but you know, that's not the Shadow Gens version, one with all the improvements. We'll be doing this one. Thank you. Nope. I love this spin dash so much. It's so overpowered. Unironically, one of the best spin dashes in the series. Oh, come on. This is not my best run. But I can still do this. Yeah, that. Okay. Come on. Yeah, I get it. Ironically, I have been playing more Switch games now that I've got my Switch too. This is simply because I'm waiting for other actual Switch 2 games to come out. I'm looking at maybe picking up Air Riders, but Prime 4 Switch 2 Edition is definite day one buy for me. Would have been. Yeah, like I said, I don't expect to see too many viewers in today because I neglected to send notifications for the final launch of the stream because of the earlier technical problems. It looks like we've got about 3 people. That's nice. That's nice. Nice. Not France. Yeah, I think Air Ride is an absolute must. I wasn't completely big on the original Air Ride, actually. Its controls were a little too much for me to get adjusted to. But the new Air Riders looks like an absolute banger. Love that main theme, too. I wish Nintendo would stop copyrighting, claiming all of the uploads to it. Not there. The Green Hill is pretty much a cakewalk. This level is pretty much on rails. That's why it's so easy to speedrun. Stop 45. That's alright. My best time's around a 136. Oh, crap. I picked modern first. Hey, whatever. Gotcha. Gotcha anyway. Yeah, City Trial is where it's at. That's what I hear from most people. Very glad that mode is coming back. I swear that Spiny is one of the only examples of clever enemy placement in the boost game. Because his enemies are usually just boost fodder. And flip to the tower. Okay, line up the path. In the original game, there's actually an achievement in this level to beat it without ever touching water. It's not very hard once you know what to do. You just gotta go on the right path. Your friend has been infected by a disease called becoming a Homestuck fan. What do I do? Unfortunately, the only natural cause is, the only cure is to let them finish Homestuck, at which point they will give up ever being a Homestuck fan ever again. I say this as someone who, I was never into Homestuck. And I praise Mother Nature every day for that. Let's actually do the classic act now. I don't play the classic acts nearly as much as the modern acts, and it'll probably show in my gameplay. Not that they're bad, I just prefer I prefer modern. My issue with Classic Sonic in this game, well, his levels are very good and he's fun to play as, so don't get me wrong. But my issue with him in this game is that he doesn't control like Classic Sonic much at all. He doesn't control like the Genesis games because he doesn't have any of those Genesis physics. Rolling is not a useful means of gaining speed, and as a result, he feels a lot more like your bog standard platformer, but with the most overpowered spin dash known to mankind. And that's it. Oh yeah, it is Unleashed. It's the same engine. Oh no, Unleashed is great. I love Unleashed too. I think I prefer the direction that the boost games went in later though, like after Forces, I mean. Primarily because I think there's only so much you can do with this style of boost gameplay. We're going to see that a lot in the next act. But the simple fact of the matter is that it's very... I've always described the boost games as platformers on rails. And that's really, really evident in Generations and Unleashed. Especially Unleashed. Where instead of like levels you explore and platform through, they feel a lot more like platformers on rails. Where you're just reacting to... It feels like one long QuickTime event, in a loose sense. You're more like reacting to things the game throws at you rather than charting your own path. And I think the only boost game that managed to avoid this, well there's two of them, was Colors and Shadow. Shadow Gens. Mostly because those de-emphasize boosting constantly. Instead of and in favor of having power-ups that let you explore the many, many alternate paths those stages have. In fact, in Colors, you flat out cannot boost constantly. The game does not give you enough boost to do so. Shadow Gens does, but the boost is significantly slower. And even then, the level design really doesn't like it when you boost constantly. And, you know, while it's not as fast or as exhilarating as Unleashed and Generations, I generally think that's probably the idea that has the most longevity. Hello, gentlemen. Okay, here we go. That red ring placement is devious. Even to this day. Nice. Let's run. Okay, so like I was saying, you're going to see a lot of the problems with the boost formula in this stage. I do like this stage, but you're going to see a lot of problems with this style of the boost formula. The Unleashed style, as it's normally called. Primarily in that this level wants to open things up and have a lot more alternate paths and platforming. The issue is that these controls are really not mapped for it at all, and there's not really anything that can take its place. Peller's solution to this was to make all the platforming sections 2D. And that was fine, but it led to the game having an overabundance of 2D sections. Yeah, Shadow's solution to this was to completely reorganize the controls. And that worked pretty well. Hello. Hello. There's your death. There we go. Now they don't try making an impossible jump. Okay. Thank you, Murder Controls. I was holding right. I was holding right for that jump. Try that again. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. There we go. Fun fact, even if you kill that egg robot, the door will still close. It does not matter at all. The egg robot's not actually pressing the button, the game's running a timer. Okay, there we go. Level complete. Not a great run, but still, it's an A. I can say that because Generations hands out S ranks like candy, and the only reason that wasn't an S rank is because I died. Alright, so that's the classic era stage is done. Now we just gotta get to the rival fight. If I could remember where it is. I am not playing Casino Night. Oh yeah, I know Haste. A friend of mine likes it. And Dr. Steps was showing me it a while back. Hello, Metal. This is, oddly enough, the only time the game gives representation to an otherwise unrepresented game with a boss fight. Because obviously Sonic CD has no level here. It's just the Metal Sonic fight. It's also one of the better Metal fights. Oh yeah, Stardust Speedway Bad Future is great. It's not as good, but I'm glad they also included a remix of the US Bad Future. Although the Forces remix of that track is better. Okay. I didn't know for years these were supposed to be lampposts. They just look like energy cells to me. Okay. I think we've got one more hit. Yes, we do. I can tell because he's doing his stupid overdrive attack. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here, Metal. Good robot. Oh, come on. Fine. Yes, but it's just a skin. You can get Metal Sonic in DX if you unlock, get all the emblems. It is strictly a skin of Sonic, though. But it is cool. Probably one of the only good changes in DX, to be honest.
Catch me if you can! Not bad!
Bonk. I'm not sure how to feel about this fight. I feel like this is probably my least favorite boss in the game, of the main bosses, that is. You have to try harder than that, Fatso. Okay, there you go. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. No, get on the arm. That's the reason I don't like this fight. That arm has really slippery collision for whatever reason. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, great. Come on. Nope. That's a nope. Come here, Fatso. Batman. Remember, I don't body shame. Except for Eggman. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now we're in the adventure era. Of course, I missed the jump at the start, but whatever. Or more like I forgot about the jump at the start because it's been a hot second. There we go. Although that said, I have been appreciating this level more and more recently. This feels like one of the more authentic in style classic stages. Level design style, that is. Visual style, it's peak, of course, but that's more adventure than anything. Come on. You can do it, Sonic. Oh yeah, it's really good. Have I never gotten that checkpoint before? No, I swear I have. I've been through this section. That's odd. I don't know what to make of that. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever. Bonk. Hey there. I don't know what those bots are actually called, but I've always called them, like, cop coconut. They look like coconuts and they're riding cop cars. Man, the drop dash is such a good addition to this game. It's on Modern too for some reason. I swear I've gotten that one too. It's so funny. But in any case, most of the time I've played this game over the years was in the Steam version. This is the Switch version. Well, that's another thing I don't like. Trying to pull up any of the same tricks as the classics generally won't work, if you saw there. I tried to jump off the wall and got restrained by something in midair. But regardless, the level's over. Okay, now for the peak version of this level. You know, that was pretty good, but it's not Act 2. And Act 2 is where it's at. Okay, we're going to immediately skip past the helicopter because I'm moving too fast for it. Gonna go through here. Yump. And there we go. Now we're on the top path. No helicopter needed. I'm gonna go for the shortcut. And I may die doing it. Got it! Oh, crap. Come on. No! Get up there. Okay. I saw someone have a good take on this section, in that it's representative of how the boosting formula allowed them to do stylistic moments without actually having to change the controls. Because in Adventure, this section introduced a different control scheme. But here, it's seamless. And I think that's very cool. I always miss that. I got the do or die shortcut earlier, but not the simple right turn. Okay. I'm good at this game, I swear. Yep. And there we go. Level's over. That's all it takes. Okay. City escape. The wanted posters are peak, but I think everyone knows that. Such a good gag, the series couldn't stop referencing it until... Such a good gag, those characters actually came back. You know, minus poor Bean. Although I guess he and Bark were in Mania as a cameo. Yeah. There's a Chow here in this version. You have to save from the truck. Luckily, I've already done that. I like how this revealed the truck actually has a purpose instead of being a random 18-wheeler the military has for no reason. Right, I missed. Why do I keep jumping? This isn't the classic. Like, that worked in Sonic 3, not here. Okay. Screw you, buddy. Hello, Ray. Hello, Mighty. Oh boy. You're always cutting it close on that one. And we're gonna finish the stage with the speed shield. Provided I don't jump into a pit and die. You know, at least I didn't die in green here. I don't think that's how trucks work. And that's that. It's a shame the 3DS version didn't have this level, because then you can't have that in 3D. Oh, where am I? I'm about to run off. No. We gotta play the best stage in the game. Mind the shadow pop in? That's a Switch version thing. Okay. One way to find out. Okay, this is not my best time so far, but we're only behind by 2 seconds somehow. Ugh. That is one of the hardest drift sections in Sonic. Mostly because I'm not even sure you're supposed to use the drift, but what other options do you have? Crap. No, you don't. Okay, there we go. Stomp, and good. We are 8 seconds behind, and we are not making that up at this point, but it's all good. We're alive, and that's all that matters. I've played this level way too many times to die here. Die in front of a massive crowd of, what is it, 3 people. By the way, with this level, we're officially at the midway point of the game. The more you play this game, the more you understand why Sega forced you to play all those missions in each era. Because this game would go by in an hour if they didn't have them. And that's just another consequence of the boost formula. Cool. Sub 230. Not that that's an impressive time, but it's at least not the worst time imaginable. Okay, Seaside Hill, the level where Sonic can become Jesus temporarily. But I am not pulling that glitch off. Yes. Thank you, Athleticism, for making this section super fast. And even with the suboptimal route, I was still 6 seconds ahead. No, that's Shadow. In 06 at least. I have no idea why they wanted the Jesus imagery for that game. Hey, Gustavo. Trying to look at chat and play Sonic at the same time is not nearly as easy as regular SW2. "38 seconds. Oh, I'm on the bottom path, that's probably why. Oh, come on. There we are. 42? I'm on the bottom path. How bad were my bottom path time? Like, I'm distracted by streaming right now. How bad was I back then? Oh, dang it. Whatever. This is good enough. Oops. No spin dash needed. It's right there. Oh, best time. Somehow. A sub 220. Anyway. Love how at the time they had to call us the Dreamcast era because... Yeah. Well, how else are you going to separate this from the rest of the modern period? Heroes was not a Dreamcast game, though. Would you... Hold on, game. This is another thing I'm talking about with Generations controls and being on rails. If you go off script for even a second, the game tends to freak out. Ah! I thought I could make that. No, I refuse to accept this, Rod. I'm better at this stage. Hasty Generations. Smoothie, I want to look inside your mind at some point. I think your brain should be dissected for science, because I didn't think it was possible for a cactus to dictate one person's dopamine receptors so much. Really? Okay, that one's on me. But another thing about Generations controls is that they can be a little... Yeah, that's one. There's a lack of fluidity that you get in even just Shadow Generation. Hello. Hiya, boys. Heal issue. Hey! Okay, let's try this again. Dang it. No, I refuse. I absolutely categorically refuse. Pardon me, chat. I just need to lock in. I just need to lock in. I just need to lock in! Anyway. Come on. We're alright. We're alright. I'm not doing that. No, no, no. Too slow, old fan. All this, and we've not even gotten to the indoor section yet. Which is coming right now. Whatever. I've missed the top route too many times to restart now. But I didn't miss it that time. Okay, a little low on boost energy for this, but I think we can do this. Ah! See? Just have to lock in. Hello, Shadow. Now this fight's a cinch. I still have no, to this day, no idea what these purple spears are supposed to be. I assume chaos energy of some kind, but the game never explains it. Whatever, fight's over. The moment you get two, the fight's basically over. There we go. Pelt Shadow with rocks until he dies to fight. No. Best score! Woo! Woo! Yay! Okay, whatever. Time for the big bad of this era. This fight's gonna make me thirsty. Hello. Little fun fact here. The armor he's got on, the extra solid bits that weren't in the original adventure. These were always meant to be a part of his character design, but they couldn't get it to work on the Dreamcast. This fight's cool, but I don't come back to it that much because it really is just a platforming section disguised as a boss fight. Like, I think this concept was done a bit better by the final boss of Shadow Generation. Phase 1, that is. It's at least better than the original Adventure final boss, which was really short and pretty easy. Coolio. And bonk. That fight usually gives me a little bit of trouble, actually. Either because I clip on something or clip a ledge or whatever. But, no, that was actually a pretty seamless run. That can't be my best time overall, though, can it? Nope, it is. Sub 2 minutes. Alright, pretty cool. Now we go to the last era, and I think it's the one that's the most hit or miss. In terms of level design. In terms of game quality, it's a completely different subject matter that I am not touching. But yeah. Crisis City's level is pretty okay. I don't have many gripes against it. Although I think the platforming in the modern section is kind of lame. A huge pace breaker. A little random Sonic CD reference. I do not trust my spin dash skills enough to spin dash jump that. Here, though. I probably should have brought my fire shield, but whatever. I like this ability combo. I don't feel like going back to the mystical signpost to change it. This level is very Marble Zone at points, which is probably the idea. Okay. Come on. Oh, I missed it. No, hold on. I'm here. I might as well. Oh, come on. Whatever. We're going. Why on earth did I do that? Oh hey, I get another shot at this. There we are. Look guys, the signpost. Let's get the signpost. Let's get the signpost. Uh-oh. Another little fact I know is that beating this level, or at least this zone, I don't remember which act, gets you the Look Both Ways achievement. To the reference to, you know, that tornado's carrying a car. Actually, Sonic, I think it's carrying a few more deadly things in a car, but whatever. Tornadoes tend to carry cars. I don't think they tend to carry whole city black. Unless you live in a Roland Emmerich movie, I don't think tornadoes do that. What? Hercules muscle? What? What are you talking about? Okay, I have no clue what is that concept art or is that a music track? That can't be a music track because I don't. What? A skill? That has to be a skill, right? I've been playing this game for years now. I have no clue what that could be. Yep, sorry, I had to lock in there for a second. That section kills me a lot. But so does this one. Ow. Yeah, like I said, the platforming sections in this act tend to be very much pace breakers. Like so. Ah. Like I said, it killed me. Alright. Here we go. Finally! This is not modded gen, this is actually the Switch version. So I couldn't mod this even if I wanted to. I have the PC version too, I played with mods on that, but I wanted to test out my capture card settings. For tomorrow, for the Galaxy stream, I want to do Galaxy streaming tomorrow. And yeah, there is an SMS mod. SMS is usually not something yeah. Like I said earlier, the achievement for beating that level in the original is even look both ways. So. Bum bum, bum bum. This act's cool. I like how colorful Rooftop Run is now. It was a really smart decision. Although I grew up with the Wii version of Unleashed. So to me, when I first played this game, I was so confused as to what some of these gimmicks and locales were supposed to be. Because a lot of this crud isn't in the Wii version. Oh, come on. Yeah. I think I've died more in today's stream than I ever have playing Generations. Which is how Murphy's Law works, I get it, but still, the recording curse knows no exceptions. If you record yourself, you will begin to mess up in ways you never could have conceived. Like that. Why did I spin dash that way? I don't know. But the recording curse made me do it. Ow. Get up there, Sonic. Come on, Sonic. The modern section is mostly just comprised of gimmicks from, you know, Rooftop Run Day from Unleashed. But the classic section, funnily enough, decides to take a lot of cues from the Werehog level, which I think is actually really neat. Like this Clock Tower section. This is all from the Werehog level. Although it's not nearly as gratuitous? Tedious? I don't know what word I should use there. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is also from the Werehog section. And you can kind of tell because they're forced to recreate gimmicks that do not exist in Vanilla Generation. Or rather, the rest of the game, I mean. Some people say this airship is flying battery. I think those people are nuts. There we are. Okay. Modern Rooftop Run is actually one of my favorite levels in the entire game. Sonic or Shadow Gens. I love this stage a lot. Let's have the worst possible run of it. Here we go. Cool. Okay, we're actually ahead of my best time. That probably won't last, but I'm gonna keep going. Yep, there's the slip up. Okay. Another shot. Ah, come on. There it is. There's the run killer. Whatever. Away we go. Oh wait, hold on. What? Okay, I gotta nail the shortcut. Under no circumstance can I fail this shortcut. There we go. Ooh. I don't know how I'm about to beat my best timing with that, but I still gotta do this. Okay. Gotcha! Aha! 2:14. Best time. Awesome. That was a great run. And now we get to the end of my patience. This is... I mean, I don't need to tell you guys. This is universally considered the worst level in the game. Which is a shame, because I love the game this is from. But the stage is so gorgeous. The music sucks. The remix sucks, I mean. And the level mechanics suck. This level really foreshadowed how Wisps would be used in future Sonic games. And it's fundamentally different from how they're used in Colors, for the worse. Wisps in Colors are tools of exploration. They're not level gimmicks, because they appear all over the place in the game. Starting with Generation, Wisps become level gimmicks. They become mandatory. They are no longer there for exploration. They are there to be a level gimmick. A punchline for each section of level design. And when they become that, they become fundamentally less interesting and way, way more dull. Because you're no longer using them as you see fit to outsmart the game and discover new things. There's a cow there. You're instead using them in the way the game demands you do at any point. And this is a problem because the Wisps completely change how the game controls. They're power-ups, yes. But outside of their stated gimmick, you don't feel empowered to do anything. You feel restricted when the game is forcing you to use a Wisp. Now when you're choosing to use a Wisp, to go wherever you want, then it feels empowering. But here, nope, nada. Doesn't also help that the control is way worse than Colors. Whatever. I see what they're trying to go for with this level, by the way. They're trying to make it like Scrap Brain Zone, because it's the final stage. It just doesn't work. This level will never be intimidating. That's the antithesis of what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a beautiful scenery being corrupted by Eggman. Unless you're going to darken its colors, which you shouldn't do, you're never going to make it look intimidating. It's only been about 3 minutes and it already feels like 5 to me. I hate this level. Well, I don't hate it, but it's really bad. Oh, okay. Hello, Chow. And I feel it's also worth noting that Colors let you have multiple Wisps per level. Usually 2. There is only 1 Wisp in each of these acts. Whatever. Making this the longest stage in Generations, a stage that already feels longer even at normal runtime, was also a really bad choice. Oh, here we go. Here's the room. Come on. There we go. Okay, finally, now that we're past that, I know we're almost done. Unfortunately, the game continues on insisting we keep staying in Spike 4. Finally! That was my best time by like 30 seconds. It's not even a sub 5. What am I doing trying to leave? Nope, we got one more act here. At least this one's more tolerable. Sometimes I actually replay this one by choice. Amazing, right? Yeah, I usually regret it nonetheless. Every once in a while I'll try to convince... I'm sorry this is not the most like optimistic or pleasant commentary, but every once in a while I'll try to convince myself, oh, that stage isn't so bad, look how pretty it is, and then I get to the indoor section. At least the music is much better in this act. I love the original Planet with music, but the classic act butchered it. Ugh. Ow. Meet this level's feature. Giant missiles coming from off screen you can't see. And this level's other feature. Rocket! Okay, whatever, game. Whatever. Whatever you say. I'm beyond caring at this point. Okay. I'll give it to this level. It's not nearly as insufferable as Act 1. With use are shorter, they don't have any annoying spike sections and no puzzles. Rocket is over pretty much immediately. And you can control its direction a little now in midair, which is pretty cool. But still, it's a level gimmick rather than a tool for exploration, and I think that's pretty lame. Yeah, I am not fooled by that 38-second time save. I am nowhere near my best time. Are you... Generations Control, stiffening up again. I'm getting back to Mythic because I'm tired of sitting in this wooden chair. The game is toying with me. It's hot as crud in this room, and I want to be done with this level already. Ow! Why am I even reacting like that anymore? It's happened to me dozens of times these last 2 acts alone. Oh yeah, you can do that. If the closing ceiling's getting too close to you, you can just rock it into the roof. Pushes it back up. But of course, you kind of want to go through it. And there we go. Level finally over. Now we get back to good gameplay for exactly 1 boss fight. And then the worst part of Generation. The final. Okay. Don't know why I'm switching to Classic. That's not what I need to do. I need to find Silver. He should be over here. There he is. Yes, Wanton Mayhem is fun for Silver. You heard it here first. Although this music does go hard. This is actually a really fun rival fight. It might be my favorite. Immediately get a free hit on him. And there we go. This is the boss fight where you actually have to watch your booth. So make sure you're causing as much property damage as possible. You know, until he needs to actually get something to attack with. There we are. I'm not so sure about his new voice lines, though. They sound pretty funky to me. You gonna throw those, Silver? Buddy? Or just hold them and play like a bubble in Sonic 4. Ah, dang it, he threw it too fast. He heard me, he took my advice, oh no. Hey guys, I have a question. If Silver won Smash Brothers, what would his best move be? Thank you, Silver. And that's it. Good part of Generations over again. Now we're off to the bad stuff. Oh hey, my best ring total. Okay. Do I even want to bother? I should. I should. Let's do Time Meter. Oh right. Good stuff's not over yet. I completely blanked on the Egg Dragoon. This fight is awesome. He really promised on that prototype too, huh? He really delivered on that promise, is what I mean. Okay, here we go. Immediately get the high ground over him. Dodge that. Bonk. Okay, off to a pretty good start. Gotcha. No, Eggman, I don't think I will. Stay it with them, folks.
Time for a change of pace.
It is fun to finally fight this guy without the werehog.
Here goes. Time for a
Hey.
change of pace. Not bad.
Thank you, Eggman. It's really satisfying taking down your latest and greatest hunk of junk.
Prepare to be skewered. Time for a change.
That's not a change of pace, Eggman. You're just trying to skewer me. You don't need to lie to yourself like that. Now this is a change of pace. Yes, I just said that, Eggman. I'm convinced, though, that having him repeat lines over and over is just it's an intentional tradition at this point. If they weren't cowards, they would have done it in forces too. And Lost World. And Mania. Well, not Mania. Classic game, no voice acting. Oh boy, he's going back in the 2, which means we get the classic trick of bonk. And he's dead. I was expecting another free fall section immediately afterwards, because that will happen if you hit him and he's low on health. Okay, now the good part of Generations is over again. Okay. No, I'm not watching the cutscene.
Sonic, can you hear me? I worked with me to modify these transceivers. Even though we're in different dimensions,
This fight is so sloppy.
to hear us.
Like, I call it bad. It's not the worst. Like, this is not a painful fight by any means.
Charge in and hit the core.
But it's just not that fun.
Please keep dodging.
It is easily the least fun fight in the game. It's a shame, because it's actually pretty baller in the 3DS version, if you ever played that.
Down now. Is something the matter? Track you. Careful, Sonic.
Going in 2D mode is actually a little beneficial, because it's way easier to get rings here.
Something the
Looks like
matter.
a homing shot.
On the off chance they want to appear, like they are.
Is something the matter? Track you.
Amazing. They redid the entire dub, taking into account people's criticisms of the original. And they did not fix this fight problem with the voice acting. Yeah, I don't care.
Switch and go after it.
You're gonna have to come to me, Time Eater.
To defeat.
That looks like a homing shot.
Be careful, Sonic.
Also, the controls are so weird. I'm holding right. I was holding right for the last 20 seconds. and yet Sonic keeps running into these little bumps, turbulence, as I say, in the air. Well, who will it be this time? Knuckles and Rouge.
Careful, Sonic.
Likely couple, admittedly. Alright. Come on, Time Eater. Come on. It's been 20 years, Eggman, and this is still the best you can muster? The two of you as well?
Careful, Sonic.
Eggman, you're not even facing me. Pay attention to me when I'm trying to kill you.
It looks like time energy is
Oh great, this move. For all the work it does.
Time's going to slow down.
Does he take advantage of it? Does he hit Sonic in this state? Or does he spawn a bunch of these worthless projectiles that don't do anything?
the time flow will be
And he
restored.
switches anyway!
Watch out for the
Oh no, the laser that does nothing. I have 100 rings, Eggman. I started with 50.
That looks like a homing shot.
You should almost never be gaining rings over your starting point in a Supersonic fight. Again? Really?
Time will slow down.
Well, not for nothing. I guess he is trying to stall me.
Time will come back to normal. It's attacking. Look out, Sonic. It's a warping arm attack. Is something the matter?
If they wanted their friends to be useful, they should have made it so you actually can't tell what he's doing unless they tell you.
Get caught by that and you won't be able to move. It'll squeeze you if you don't get out of the way.
Finally!
Don't relax yet.
I think I will, because I know what comes right now. I don't know where I am. Where am I?
That looks like a homing shot.
Okay. I was gonna say, I know what comes now. I did not expect me to phase out of reality. I thought I might have been stuck for a moment. Oh, no, the laser. I am holding right. Like, I am holding right now. It just randomly decides to lock your control. I cannot go any further right for some reason.
Please be careful, Mr. Sonic.
Also, boosting does not seem to be any faster than going normally.
Looks like a homing shot. Be careful.
I mean, it's a beautiful looking... It...
Sonic, combine your powers and
Okay,
attack.
my goodness. I did not know you had to even be in the right place to get the final fight to trigger. The final attack. But whatever. That's Generation. The good and the bad. But certainly not the ugly. This game is beautiful. Still probably the best looking Sonic game to me. Yeah, I like this game. Looks better than Generations. Maybe not the Switch version, mind you, but... The PC version? You know, it's HD 60 FPS glory? Absolutely. Anyway. This was a quick test stream in order to see if my capture card streaming setup was working, and indeed it is. We didn't get many viewers here because I did not bother with notifications after the technical problems earlier, but tomorrow will be a different story. I'm going to get this to work. Oh, the fate of the Eggman. Alright, I will be seeing y'all around. Thanks for coming.